Hey everybody, Scotty G here today with my good buddy Nathan from the Springs. And we're going to talk about all the cool new gear that came out in 2025 and what some of our favorite products are.
Honestly, video. This is something that we do really well. And I think been really excited to see what Sony has put out this year. I'd say same with audio. Get out and get your eyes on it.
Yeah.
It's once you see the difference, you understand what this technology is all about. There's so little that a web page can actually do for you, and it says, hey, this is before this processing, this is after this processing. That's an edited page. But we've done a lot of shootouts with Sony this year, from their projectors to their TVs.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will compare these with other brands. And all of these brands are doing what they think is best for the best image and giving the customer what they're looking for in their product. But Sony being so connected to not just reproducing video and making displays, these are the guys that also are shooting videos, that their equipment is used for mastering video. They're there with sports. They know how to process streaming services like Netflix really well. And the details are outstanding.
They're in the cockpit with Maverick.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're using Sony cameras in Top Gun Maverick. And so, yeah, you have this knowledge base that Sony can draw from that I think really contributes to some of their products. So like the BRAVIA 7 projector, outstanding piece, really good output, but just the motion and the color gamut on these is outstanding. The BRAVIA 9 we saw released not too long ago, and that one definitely has, we use this term with audio a lot, but not so much with displays, but reference level display, right? OLEDs, they're doing a great job with it. Have you seen the new BRAVIA 8 Mark II?
Yeah, man, they've been really pushing the envelope with OLED since the beginning of OLED, and the 80 Mark II, that's the best image quality I've ever seen on an OLED TV.
Yeah, we've got it down in the Springs, and it's in a room right next to some giant windows, and it's bright as heck in there.
Yeah.
Which is, everybody knows, is a bad situation for OLEDs. But that is not so much the case with this one. People walk in and they're like, that's an OLED? I'm like, yeah, it is. The windows are wide open and we're watching something, and you can see it clear as day.
Inky blacks.
Yeah, exactly. Just a lot of control over light and color. And then one thing that I think is really, although they make great projectors, something that is going to really challenge the projector business is the 98-inch, which they have the BRAVIA 5 level. Waiting for something bigger than that. I'm sure we'll see it here soon. But God, have you seen the 98-inch? I'm a big fan of the big displays. Sony's really done a great job with it. The price points of these things, it's like $4,000 now for a 98-inch flat panel TV. Yeah. I had the very first one last month that would not fit in my client's basement. Too big?
So I'm not sure they can get much bigger without that being a bigger problem.
Yeah.
She was ready to hire a handyman to make it possible to fit it into her basement, and I just said, let's not do that. Because then you have to hire the handyman to get it out of your basement when you want the next TV. So it's fun seeing. We have an event here in town called CEDIA. We had a chance to see the stuff bigger than 98-inch. It is coming. Some of the crystal LED TVs, you're assembling panels, so I'm wheeling into your basement with a box of small panels. We build a frame and we map this thing together. Price points are prohibitive on that, but there may come a day when a projector and a screen they won't go away, but you may not rely on them as much as we do now for big displays.
Well, yeah, no, and it is a different experience. Obviously a paneled display such as a TV or large assembled TV is going to be a light source that's shining through that panel to your eyes versus a projector is being reflected off of a screen. It is a completely different vibe altogether, and so find the one that's right for you. But gosh, when we were fighting to get 120 inches out of some projector and screen setups to all of a sudden have 98 inch, we put one up in Colorado Springs, and we got a big store. It's a long store, and you see everything crystal clear from well across. And here's the thing: this isn't the first 100-inch or close to 100-inch display that we put up there, but it definitely outperforms its previous generation. And the price point is like less than half as much. Like it's
$4,000,
dude. Something cracked.
$4,000.
Something cracked, and now it's so doable. So if you're looking for a big display for a home theater or large great room. Man, you got to take a look at the 98-inch, and just make sure you can't do it before you say no, because
make sure it fits in your basement. It takes 4 guys to deliver and install it. I mean, there's caveats to it you want to be aware of.
It's a big piece of glass, but
it's immersive. We have one in our front lobby, and it's just. And you can do some of these matrix video walls on them now. So if you're a sports guy, you can have 4 games going on the same TV.
Yeah, with tiling processing in there. Yeah.
So